Good morning, rethinkers. We're rethinking weight loss this week and last week and into next week, because when we change our mindsets, we can change our behavior, our habits, a lot more easily, so much more easily. And that can really allow us to change our results. And it's making a difference for so many people. It's made a difference for me, and it's making a difference for my clients. So I'm excited that you're here to learn about this. I'm Dr. Ginny, and I love to help people learn to eat, think, and live slender so they can regain great health and vitality. Yesterday, we worked on changing the stories that we make up about what things mean. And because we often go through life thinking, well, this is what that means, and this is what that means, and it just seems like the truth. But really, these are just stories we're telling ourselves to understand, what does it mean that this happened after that? What does it mean that I'm having so much difficulty with this? And we'll make up a story and we'll say, okay, that sounds true, so it's true. But the thing is, these stories can often be really disempowering to us. So we're learning during this challenge to really question our stories, to really change the stories that we're telling ourselves, because that sets our attention and that sets our state, how we feel about life and how we move through life, how we show up. So I encouraged you to question your stories and treat them more like you're like a scientist. Like, here's some information that seems consistent with this interpretation, but I'm open to new information and I'm open to different interpretations. It could be that what's true about this is really completely different than I think, or it could be that it's just somewhat different, but I'm open to seeing what's really true rather than searching, because that's what we'll do. We'll search for evidence to prove our beliefs are true. You've probably met some people. I can think of people who seem to believe something really, really firmly that it's so obviously not true to me, based on my experience. So how do they end up with such conviction about it? Makes me question, well, what do I have conviction about that may not be very true? And how does that believing in things that aren't true harm us lots of times, or hold us back from living to our fullest potential? Hi, Barb, good to see you here. Different Barb than yesterday, but the same as a couple days ago. Anyway, I'm really excited for today's live session, because I'm really going to take you through a process that can be very transformative. I'm going to lead you on a guided visualization experience so you can envision releasing the excess weight that you carry, that you're wanting to release. You can envision regaining great health and vitality. And this is key. You can also envision yourself doing the things that it takes to have that result. I couldn't find this research when I was looking it up last night, but I remember this research from some students. They had a group of students, they did visualization with two groups of students, and one group of students just visualized preparing for exams and getting together with study groups and all the things that it takes, really attending the lecture sessions and taking notes and then reviewing their notes later, all the various things you could do to really get ready to have a great result in the class. And there was a massive difference between the two groups. The group, in fact, that visualized the outcome without visualizing taking the actions didn't have good results at all. The thing is about that is, when you visualize getting the result, you feel good, right? Oh, I love having that result. That's a wonderful result. I'm getting an A. My parents are telling me how smart I am. The teacher's like amazed that it's the first time anyone's ever gotten an A. You have this maybe wonderful dream vision, but you don't visualize doing the steps to get there. You're actually less likely to do the steps to get there because you feel good. You don't have any of the pain that drives you. We're driven by both approaching pleasure and avoiding pain. And you often need to have a little bit of that pain of, if I don't take the right action now, I'm going to suffer, I'm going to get a crummy result and I'm going to feel bad about it. And I might have to retake the class, and it might cost me more time. It might cost me more money, etc. So it's really important that when we do visualization, we don't just visualize the outcome, we visualize the outcome and we visualize ourselves taking the action to get there. So I'm going to lead you on that kind of experience. And the way visualization works is it tells the mind what to focus on. I wonder if you've ever used visualization to help you with performance on something. Like I was saying, I have auditions coming up, choral auditions coming up, and I'm going to work on practicing my voice, but I'm also going to practice visualizing a successful experience in the audition room, because I get really nervous and I can pull out the absolute worst performance of anyone in the world when I go to an audition. Maybe you can relate to that. And so I dread it, and every muscle in my body tenses up, and that doesn't produce good singing. So is there any way that you have used visualization to improve your performance on a task? I know golfers a lot of times visualize the stroke, that they want to, and hitting their target. I have no idea how that works. That's not the kind of thing I'm good at. But also Olympic athletes use visualization a lot. So visualization involves recreating images, sounds, and feelings surrounding an activity, recreating them in your mind. So you're practicing something in sort of an ideal environment. You're strengthening the neural pathways for that skill in your brain. So amazing. When we visualize an action, the same regions in our brain that it takes to do the actual action light up. So the same parts of our brain that light up when we actually do the action also light up when we visualize doing an action. Our brain doesn't really seem to be able to tell the difference between our actually doing that stroke or that singing and our imagining it, our visualizing it. So it's using the same parts of the brain. So the more we practice, the faster those neural pathways get in our brains. So if I visualize every day this audition going really well and doing the things that it takes to make the audition go really well, by the time I get to the audition, I feel like I've done it 100 times, and it's not so nerve-wracking. I mean, one thing that's so nerve-wracking about auditions or about, a golf tournament, performing in a golf tournament is, it's a novel experience and there's a lot of pressure on it. And so if you don't feel like, oh, I've done this 100 times, you can feel really worried and uncomfortable about it. So we find that visualizing exercises actually even change our muscles. So even imagining a free throw, there was a study that they did where they had people who did 3 free throws every day, and they had people who visualized doing free throws every day. And that it actually, either way, almost equally improved their ability to hit the free throw result, to make it work, to make it go in the basket, whatever I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? So even imagining these things can help increase our confidence and also can give us the muscle memory that makes the action actually easier. So you can develop and reinforce real skills by visualizing, practicing them in your mind. So a lot of people get pretty nervous about the idea of eating healthy, about the idea of changing their eating habits. Like, oh, I might not like it. It might be really hard. I might have a lot of cravings. You can get a lot of worries. But if you practice doing this in your mind, a lot of those worries go away and they're replaced by confidence. I can do it. I've been doing it in my head over and over and over. And it's a real thing. It will really change your brain, and that will really help you change your behavior, your habits, and that will change your outcomes. So we more easily, when we practice this in our minds, we get past reluctance and into confidence. And wouldn't confidence be a great place to start the next time you start a healthy eating and weight loss journey? Wouldn't that change the whole game? It does. So what's happening is a part of our brain, the reticular activating system, is determining what to pay attention to. And we've been talking for the last 12 days about how lots of times what our brain is paying attention to has to do with fears. And so that's what's guiding us. Our first priority is safety and survival. So our brain is paying attention to things we might worry about. It's paying attention to maintaining the status quo. It's not guided toward helping us live our most fulfilling life or fulfilling our highest intentions. So for example, when I decided, so we can change our tendencies and we can take more control over how our attention is focused. And so when I decided I'm in trouble if I don't change my eating and my weight. I am really looking towards a sad future. I'm already walking like a 90-year-old woman. I'm so overweight and so sick all the time. I just felt ill all the time. I got colds about every 3 months. So many things, brain fog, walking really slowly, having a lot of trouble with movement, getting up off the floor, things like that. So I decided I really need to work at improving my attention, my ability to focus on these activities and these goals. So I did some guided visualization and I did some hypnosis to train my reticular activating system, to train my brain. We're going to pay attention to this healthy eating and weight loss thing. We're going to direct our attention toward these actions and achieving these goals. I'm not going to listen to you say, I don't have time. I'm not going to listen to you say, you can't possibly do it. This is what we're going to do, so pay attention, right? So I'm training my brain to pay attention to that. Makes it a lot easier. So the way I think of it, when I do self-hypnosis or I do visualization, I'm bypassing the critical judging part of my mind that's making up stories, so that I can have a conversation with the automatic side, with the older part of my brain, the emotional animal side of my brain that's focused on pain and pleasure. We referred to it the other day as my elephant. So I'm the rider and it's the elephant. I'm bypassing the judging part of my brain to talk to the elephant. And I'm going to give the elephant a story of my choosing that's rather than letting the more fearful side of its nature kind of take the day, you know? And when you think about it, messages are coming into the automatic side of our brain all the time. When you think about advertising, and it is designed that way. It's designed, you know, you see, beer commercials of people having, bar food. Bar food was one of my downfalls. I would love to go and eat hamburgers and French fries and drink beer. That was a really fun thing for me, and I did it pretty often at a certain stage in life. And boy, did not have good results. Didn't get good results out of that. But the messages from all those commercials are, eat this food and have fun. Eat this, drink this drink and be beautiful and sexy, and everybody will want you, and you'll be having fun all the time. You'll be happy, etc. So those messages get right into the automatic side of our brain, and we don't think that they do. We think that our more rational side is more in charge, but it's not. Our automatic side is more in charge, and it's really responsive to advertising, which is one of the reasons I don't watch a lot of television that has those kind of commercials on it. I just know I'm sensitive to those things. I just own up to that. I don't need to be constantly bombarded with messages about eating non-food, food-like substances. So with visualization or with hypnosis, I'm going to choose to give myself a more constructive message. And we can override automatic thoughts and alter our conscious processes so that will help us achieve our goals. We can change the messages coming in to the automatic side of our brain, and that changes our brains in real ways, and that changes our bodies in real ways. So are you ready to do some of this? You might be listening to me while you're in your car, or while you're doing something, I don't know, painting your toenails. I don't know. It would be better if you were listening like with your full attention, you'd get most out of this. But I haven't talked about that through this challenge. Today, what I want to say is, if you're not in a safe place to do this visualization with me, just listen, but don't close your eyes. Don't do the visualization. Come back to it later, right? If you're part of the challenge and you're getting the emails every day, you'll get a tape of this later, an MP4. If you're not, let me know, and I'll get you an MP4 of this. At this time, I'm offering this as a free thing. It's a resource. So you can also let your friends and family know, because this visualization can really start to change things for you. So if you're in a safe place to get relaxed and do some visualization now, I invite you to do this with me. I invite you to close your eyes and set an intention and mentally say what you want to achieve in an affirmation. I want you to put it in your own words, but it might be something like, I'm going to be eating much healthier so I can release excess weight and regain great health and vitality. I'm going to use this visualization as a first step to eating healthier and releasing excess weight and regaining health and vitality. It's going to be wonderful. So state your intention to yourself. And with your eyes closed, let's begin by becoming aware of your breathing. Let your breathing become rhythmic and natural as you inhale and exhale, noticing how relaxed you become with each breath that you take. And even making a little sound as you exhale really can deepen the relaxation. With each breath that you take, Let yourself become more and more calm and more relaxed. Becoming more and more deeply and fully relaxed with each breath that you take. And notice that your muscles are also becoming more relaxed too. The muscles of your scalp and your face and your neck are all relaxing. Your shoulder muscles and the muscles of your chest and your stomach are becoming more and more relaxed. Your thighs and your calves and your ankles and your feet are all becoming more relaxed as you breathe in and breathe out. It feels so good to be so relaxed and at ease. And you know, you can come back to this relaxed state anytime throughout the day that you need to feel more calm, more relaxed. It's a very good idea to get into this state before you eat a meal. It makes a really big difference in how your body processes nutrients. And now I invite you to start imagining yourself a year from now. You've figured out how to eat to release your excess weight. Your body's been cooperating with your weight loss goals, and the weight has been steadily coming off. You've gotten your slender, right-sized body. You're feeling so much stronger and energetic again. You love how you look and how you feel. You love how your clothes fit, how easily you move. You're experiencing so much more energy and mental clarity. You're moving so much more freely and walking like a young person again. It is an amazing feeling. You're able to do things again that you haven't been able to do for quite a while. You're able to get up off the floor with so much more ease and grace again. You're sleeping better than you slept in a long time. It's amazing you love going clothes shopping now, and it's been a while since you felt that way. You even enjoy seeing yourself in the mirror these days. It just feels so much more like your body. And just being able to throw on anything in the closet when you want to go out feels so good. Just not having to stress over what on earth am I going to wear today. You never even anticipated how much more freedom you'd experience since you no longer have to worry about eating or weight. And your health is so much better now. And your life has opened up in so many ways since you don't have to worry about health issues like you used to. How else are things different in your world? What do you see around you in this world with you in your slender, right-sized body eating healthy? What are the sounds and smells around you? Now I want you to notice what you've been doing to make these amazing results possible. Can you see yourself eating healthy, nutritious foods? You've been finding a variety of ways to really enjoy eating very nutritious foods that make your body so happy. You really enjoy eating your healthy, nutritious meals. And you see yourself just simply turning down craveable food-like substances that used to be your downfall. Somehow they just don't even appeal to you anymore. And that feels amazing. You had no idea you had such great capability to avoid those things. You never knew the cravings could go away so easily. Being free from cravings makes this weight loss journey a completely different experience. You're eating the right amount of different foods to be successful releasing excess weight and to be making your body feel so great. And it's absolutely enough food. You don't get hungry until it's time to eat again, and you never feel deprived. You had no idea it would feel this good. And you used to eat on and off throughout the day, snacking like everyone else around you, sort of, eating whenever, wherever, whatever. But now you're eating on a reasonable schedule that gives your body time to digest the last food you ate before you eat more. It's really helping to boost your metabolism. And best of all, it makes healthy eating so effortless, such an easy habit. These healthy eating habits are becoming so easy and automatic, you have no problem imagining yourself sustaining them. Eating healthy has become a really happy habit for you. So enjoyable and effortless to eat this way, you can't believe you ever thought it was going to be difficult. You love the food you eat, and you've made changing your eating so much easier on yourself because you've put some time into building a slender psychology. And you've also put some time into setting up your environment to support eating in this healthy, slenderful way, to support living this way. At this point, eating this healthy, slenderful way is becoming second nature to you. It's just not difficult, it's effortless. And you realize you're the kind of person who eats healthy and loves it. And it shows. You have the healthy, slender, right-sized body. You have the bright eyes and healthy skin and hair, and the vigorous energy level that goes with eating healthy. And you're not on a diet. This healthy way of eating is just how you eat. It makes so much sense, and it really surprisingly fits you, and it gives you a great, full, active life. And you're looking forward to a future now that's so much brighter than you were looking forward to a year ago. You're so glad you decided to try eating healthy and getting slender one more time. You decided to take on this challenge to eat differently from how you've been eating and how other people around you are eating, so you could reclaim great health and vitality. Now you can open your eyes, and I'm envisioning you over there smiling with pleasure at the life you've envisioned. Can you see yourself enjoying this healthy eating journey this time? And I want to let you know that's really the experience of people who do this. They're surprised at how much easier and more enjoyable it is when they get it going. They get the right supports to really get this change going. So you can go forth now and use visualization yourself to support being able to take the right actions to achieve healthy eating and releasing excess weight. And if you're on the ReThink Weight Loss mailing list, you'll get a copy of this recording, and you can go through it as many times as you like. And also, that's going to be my free gift to you at the end of this. If you give me the, yes, Barb sees it, she says in the comments. I'm so glad. I love Barb, and I want her to see this outcome. So whether you're using this recording or you're guiding yourself, do you plan to practice this visualization? I want you to think about that. Think about, am I going to practice this? Because repetition is key. Doing it once today can feel good, but it might not change your life. But if you start doing this every day, you'll be building these habits for real in your brain, and that will be changing your muscle memory, and that will truly make it easier for you to do the actions it takes to achieve these goals. So I want you to think about, before we move off this, are you going to do visualization? What's your commitment? Think about it. Write it down for yourself. Put it in your workbook. So practice it daily to get the most benefit. Get yourself into a relaxed state when you practice it. You can focus on your breathing or do a body scan relaxation. We did a little bit of both of those. It was a little bit quick because we only have so much time here. And I only want you to go so deep when I'm not there with you and I can't see what's going on. You can also count down from 20 to 0. And it's all to get past your judging side and communicate with your automatic side. Also, engaging the senses can help. I talked about during the vision, what do you see, what do you smell, what do you hear? Some people this really helps. So it helps the reticular activating system to put down more pathways, to make these pathways smoother for you if there's more senses involved. Some people can do that easier than others, but if that works for you, try that. It will get you, sort of more of your attention focused on the visualized goal. So when you use visualization strategically to train your brain to focus on what you want it to focus on, it makes achieving your goals so much easier. And maybe you want to share this with a friend, and the two of you can support each other doing it. I think that you'd find that beneficial. So we're changing lives with this challenge, and there's just 3 days left. And I want to let you know the free gift that I'm sending at the end includes an MP4 of this visualization, which I'm going to make a bit longer for you, and also an MP4 of affirmations that you can use while you're driving, because the visualization you could use when you go to sleep. You could use in a relaxed moment. You could use it as a meditation in the morning, but the affirmations you can use while you're driving. So these are just several ways to support you changing your mind so you can change your eating and your health and your body. So I hope you'll come back tomorrow. We're going to address one more limiting belief that can defeat your healthy eating and weight loss efforts. And that one sounds something like, I'm unique. My body just won't release the excess weight. It just won't work for me. And if you have that one, I hope you'll come join us tomorrow, because that's a really important one to change. It's very defeating, right? Very limiting belief that holds us back. But I hope you're starting to get excited about your next healthy eating and weight loss journey, and how different it can be, and how much more successful and how much more enjoyable. And but it's wonderful to really experience the freedom that you experience when you do it this way. So for today, enjoy cruising on the energy we created with that visualization of your healthy eating and your slender body. Have a wonderful day. Give your body some healthy food that will make it really happy. And I'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Take care. Bye.